Hi everyone. I was going to spend the next few minutes sharing an update about my own life, what's been transpiring medically, and what I'm aiming for during the next few months, basically the winter. We're having a proper Canadian snowfall tonight, and it's going to be followed by a very significant snowstorm on Thursday. And I'm going to be inside a lot this winter because of it. With my power wheelchair, what I need is to wait until the snow ends and then 2 additional days so that the city has had time to clean up, and then for what snow remains, for it to be packed down like concrete. Otherwise, the tires on the wheelchair, they're just so small that the grooves and the treads easily get filled in with snow, and it just spins. It doesn't get traction at that point. However, when the sun's shining during the daytime and when the plows have been out on the main streets in the city where I live, like the major east-west and the north-south streets, there gets to be a bare road surface again, and I'm able to get out at that point. But with the way that the snow is over the next week or so, it means I'm not going to be able to get out of the house by myself until Monday or Tuesday. So I've asked my friend Andy if he'd take me out for a drive. He asked me where I wanted to go, and I I said nowhere. I just want to get out for a bit. And I explained why, and Andy's happy to do so. This is sort of how I cope with the winter months. For what it's worth, and if you're using a wheelchair, I think it's worth sharing that the paratransit not-for-profit that takes me to my medical appointments also does Christmas tours, and the drivers also know that I enjoy getting out of the house. If there's more than one person being dropped off in the city where I live, and it also makes logical sense, they'll drop the person after me off first and then come back to my home to drop me off, just to be able to get me out of the house a little bit longer. It really makes a big difference. And I enjoy getting out and I enjoy talking to people. When I can't get out, there still is the internet, and there's the Discord that I started, that the community seems to be growing, and it's been very positive. We're all very different people, but we've been able to find common ground and begin building relationships with each other, and it's been going really well. What I'm aiming for this winter is to finish the cleaning and the organizing on the main floor of my home. This is the one thing that I haven't got to, during the past year and a half that I really want to finish tackling. I've done bits of it. I want to make it really nice in here. And if I can't get out because my legs are getting worse, I want to make it so that people are able to come over, and have some quality time visiting together. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. One of my friends' mums has a chronic illness that has her in a wheelchair, and I was talking this over with him, and I'm going to follow his advice. It's to tackle cleaning, in 5-minute increments, a few times each day. Spread the stress out with my legs. But if you do that over the course of a month, I'll see that I've made progress. I'm sorry. It's been a full day today. I'm a little bit mentally taxed. But it's been it'll make progress, and I'm not looking for instant results, but sustained change. So I'm on board with doing a little bit, having a break for my legs, probably for 2.5 hours again, and hopefully a third and possibly a fourth time during the day. I did want to spend a few minutes talking about the past 6 weeks and why I haven't posted as much content recently. The first part is that the Christmas lights video, I put a lot of effort into it each year, and you're looking at about, I think, 16 or so hours of work for that, I think it was 14 minutes of photos. I go all out for it because I remember back when I wasn't able to get out to look at them for myself, and just how much I enjoy it, and how I want to share this with people who need to, maybe not need, but who would benefit from seeing the sights of Christmas, that aspect of community. And when I'm looking at these photos for myself, I'm not thinking about my legs. When I'm taking the photos, I'm also not thinking about my legs, and it's really great for me. And even when I've gone out to take pictures, by the time I've got home, if something's bothering me, that part of it's gone, and I can sort of objectively address whatever's going on in my life. So that was one thing that really kept me busy in December. The other part's much more serious. On the final Saturday of November, my right knee joint buckled. So by buckled, it gave out, like it was like this, and I was gonna be like dead weight and fall to the floor. I happened to be able to grab onto my wheelchair, and it stopped the fall in progress. But that jolt meant the following 2 weeks were incredibly difficult for me. It was quite uncomfortable, and it took a bit to physically rebound. I just didn't have the energy to put into my YouTube channel, and I've been working a lot on my website as well. Unfortunately, I've had more problems than this. I've got 2 artificial hips in me, and the left side malfunctioned. It's now been a total of 8 times. Once on December 22nd, that was very significant. 3 times on December 23rd. Once on December 29th. And unfortunately, it did it 3 times again yesterday. I've got the contact details for the surgeon who replaced my hips, and I'm going to reach out to him for further help. I did have an appointment with him about this in spring 2023. And he described a scenario where it's not concerning, but what he described isn't what's transpired. So the upshot is I was to the hospital emergency department. I had my hip x-rayed. The hip itself looks okay on x-ray, but it's problematic, and I'm kind of lost over it right now. I've spent a lot of time recovering during the past few weeks. And being in pain, it just sucks the energy out of you. Now, to be fair, for me, having a really, really warm soak in the tub just lets the muscles relax in my legs. It's just like taking a deep breath and just exhaling, and they just loosen right up, and it's very helpful to me. I'm at the point where I'm going to start using the tub twice a day. The other thing that I've got going for me is that I've been sleeping a lot better recently. I know I've yawned twice while filming this. I'm starting to get tired for night. But what I wanted to share is that overall, my life's been trending upwards, and with improved sleep, it's like I've got a second lease on life. I still have the mobility challenges to contend with, and it's not easy, but the effort that I put into life, the effort that it takes me to complete chores and specific tasks, is what makes it so rewarding for me. And having an impact and supporting some other people helps me keep everything in perspective. I wanted to share that I'm also starting to really look forward to getting another hamster and sharing him on here and regularly streaming the hamster. I don't make a lot of noise when it's just me here. And what I mean is, I don't enjoy the loud noises. When I'm already experiencing pain, the extra noise just zaps the energy out of me. That's the easiest way to explain to someone who might not understand. So I'm looking forward to getting another hamster in the spring when I've got the hamster cage fabricated, and I'll share the progress on that once the snow melts. There are a few other things that I've done that sort of needed doing. I have a 5-stage drinking water filter. The cartridges on it needed to be changed, and I've done most of it. And what was going to be too hard for me, I asked my friend Joe to do, and he's been a really good friend. In fact, Joe's going to pick up some groceries for me because I'm not going to be able to get out for several days because of the snow. He really stepped up. I've been really grateful for it. One of the things I do have going for me is having built relationships with people that overall I don't have a lot to worry about. I decided over the past few days what I'm going to do, what I'm going to focus at when I'm sitting here at the computer. I have used computer games to pass time when talking to a friend or when I'm weak, but I'm honestly, after 6 weeks of this, I'm wanting to be doing more with my life, and I'm physically feeling better from the better quality sleep. So I've decided on a number of articles that I want to write for my website, Self-Help in Nature, and expand upon what's there and try to make more of an impact. I think I wanted to also share about my rice cooker for just a minute. I bought a new one recently, and it's got a screen on it. It's a higher end model. It has a timer feature. It also shuts itself off. And when I've not been feeling 100%, either having the stove programmed to shut itself off or the rice cooker to shut itself off, it gives me peace of mind. And it's one of the things that I can have in place that keeps me living here and promotes the best independence that's practical. And I'm really grateful for this. And, I've got the internet. I've been blessed with some really good friends I can be honest with and talk about life and get feedback and input on what I'm working on. I always enjoy challenging my plans and poking holes at them before actually executing them so that what I aim to do is the best possible. It's been tested and it's likely to be successful. I think that's another thing that I could share that might help some other people. This is about where I wanted to leave off for right now. I have other topics of videos that I wanted to post. I thought the appropriate thing was to start with where I'm at in life. I want to give people an opportunity to know me and know what I'm interested in. So when I get into the topics that are personal or people have an emotional investment in, like their quality of life, that there's been an opportunity to know me and to build some trust so you get the most out of the videos that I post on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you coming on here today, and I would encourage you to think through what you could be doing during the next few months so that you get the best enjoyment over the winter possible. Whether it's something with the computer, a craft, even something like wood carving, but doing something that you feel fulfilled, that challenged you, and that brings a sense of satisfaction to your life. Thanks for hearing me out today. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.